Jump right into it. The lot was said about the negotiating meeting you had with Russell Wilson. Russell spoke on it. Mark Rogers did. What can you tell us about what happened in that negotiation, and was, the words benching, and was there a threat of a benching said during that?
I appreciate the question, Mike, and I'll address the Russ situation, hopefully one time and as thorough as possible. During the bye week, I did reach out to Russ's agent in a good faith and creative attempt to adjust his contract. We couldn't get a deal done. We moved on with our season. It didn't come up again. Fast forward week 17, Sean makes a change at the quarterback position. This was a football decision made by Sean, what he thought was in the best interest of the team. This was completely independent of any conversations I had with the agent. Again, it was a football decision made by Sean. In regards to the negotiations, I'll just keep the specifics private out of respect for really everyone involved. Negotiations are hard. You have difficult conversations, tough conversations, and you can characterize a negotiation really any way you want. And we always try to handle ourselves professionally and in the best interest of the Broncos, and this was no different.
Hey, George, Arnie Stapleton, Associated Press. I know you're a big fan of Pat Surtain. Will you be pursuing a mega contract with him in this offseason?
Yeah, we're all big fans of Pat. I think Sean said we're going to have a big meeting in a couple weeks and kind of go through the entire roster, Pat included, and we want Pat here a long time. I'm not prepared to make any statements on anything moving forward.
George, Parker Gabriel from the Denver Post. As it pertains to Russell, I know obviously the player meetings are still coming up, but would you anticipate him being part of the organization beyond this spring?
I think Sean commented on that. We really have. This meeting's a deep dive in the entire roster. The door remains open with Russ. I've had good conversations with Russ. Sean's had good conversations. The door is open, and so we'll just kind of get through the process. We'll visit as with the coaching staff, scouting staff. We'll visit with Russ and his people, and we'll go from there.
As far as your negotiations and talks with Russell, how much does $85 million of dead cap factor into it, either this year, spread over 2 years? And as a GM, how daunting would it be to have to inherit that? Also, to Mike Kliss's question, he asked about the Russell Wilson negotiations. He asked you specifically about, was there a threat to bench him? I don't know if you answered that question.
The first question, obviously, any dead money, obviously this would be extreme. We've prepared for any scenario, with Rich Hurtado, who runs our cap, and we'll have flexibility either way to do what we need to do. We're not going to be on the first wave of free agency like we were last year. You can't do that every year. We'll be very strategic, very specific on what positions, what players, we try to sign. And then obviously we got to hit on the draft. We're picking high, and we have 6 picks. We could have more. We like picks, and we'll go from there. And your second question.
Mike asked you about your discussions, and you said some things remain private, but he asked you specifically, was he threatened to be benched? I don't think you answered.
Yeah, we made a good faith attempt to adjust his contract. We handled ourselves professionally, and I'll just leave it at that.
Sean, Parker Gabriel from the Denver Post. What do you anticipate the next steps with Russell looking like going forward?
Look, I think that when we get back and we begin this process of looking at our roster, where we select, there's so many things that go into a decision specific to the quarterback, which is significant, obviously. So it's too early at all. I spent half an hour with Russ yesterday, and I told him, I said, look, I don't think it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, but it hasn't been decided relative to what our plans are. And but as soon as we know something that certainly, he would be the first to know.
Yeah, Sean, just what is your thoughts on your staff right now as far as, any changes you might make?
Well, like I said, the tough part of this presser always is the questions are good questions, but the cart's ahead of the horse. We've got the next 2 weeks here, I'll be spending time with George, Greg, our coordinators, all of that stuff. And so, you know, we'll look closely, just as we do our own roster, you know, what we're doing. But, you know, again, it's too early today to even get into any discussion. And I know, having done this 16 years, a lot of times the response is measured. In other words, the question has to be asked. Honestly, we just haven't started that process yet. And so I think the combine or the draft will be the next time when I have a chance to visit with you all, and probably there'll be, you know, things we know at that point in time that we're further along. But we're just, you know, as you get into the season, and I think you guys know this, everything is in relative to just game planning, and you get in a routine. And I think maybe some guys do it a little different, but you know, our schedule is just starting now relative to those evaluations.
Sean, you're right.
Yeah.
Just back, following up on Russ, was the tenor of the discussion, there is a scenario where he's back with you next year?
Yeah, listen, otherwise it would have been like, hey, goodbye, and yeah. And so I said that, I think, to you guys way back when. You know, we'll look at all the scenarios and try to do what's best for the Broncos. But communication will be important, and yeah, that final decision hasn't been made.